She leaves you when you're at your worst, and then magically, like magic, she comes back when you're at your best again. Once you've reestablished your abundance, once you've reestablished that self-awesomeness that you lost when you were with her because you were too busy catering to her, being at her beck and call, pedestalizing her, sinking into one-itis, thinking you could never replace her, right? Where did that get you? She ended up cheating on you, kicking you in the balls, and then just dumping you, leaving you high and dry. After an LTR and it starts to go south and she's gonna leave, they could just be some of the iciest, coldest creatures on the planet. And you could have been with these girls 5, 10 years, even longer, invested so much into them. You weaved them into your family, you spent all the holidays together, you took all these vacations together, you went through thick and thin together, and you might even had kids together. And then just one day she wakes up because she met somebody else at work. Maybe she met somebody else in the gym. Maybe she met some guy on the street. And now she's going to leave you for that guy. Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. She leaves you. And now you're brokenhearted. You're crying your eyes out. You're just devastated, as I hear so many guys say. I've been there too, right? You're just devastated that she could do this to you. It's like you can't breathe. You can't function. You're having like just like a panic attack almost because she's gone. She's in bed with this other guy that she just met. She doesn't even know this guy. And she's trading everything she had with you for him. And he could be a complete POS. And a lot of times these guys are, because they're the rebound guy, right? She's rebounding to another guy. Ladies, FYI, rebounds don't work. Never get into a rebound because you'll lose him. You will lose him if he's a high value guy, especially if he's following my channel. He's a high value guy. If he's a high value guy and you try to push on his buttons and you pull this kind of crap on him, you're going to lose him. Okay? You're going to lose him. You might think, oh, he'll never leave me. I got him wrapped around my finger, girl. He'll never leave. I got him. I could go do whatever. He'll always be there. You'll see what happens. Okay? You will see what happens. Just like my ex. A couple of my exes tried to test me that way. Even though I was weak and I was like blue pill at the time and I was like, no, stay. Change this. Oh, I'll change. We'll make this work. They were thinking, nah, it looks like he'll be around here. He's not going to leave. And sure enough, once they left, so did I. I checked out. I was like, don't come back. And then, like clockwork, the chicks came back. Okay? Once I reestablished myself, once I regained my abundance, once I reminded myself who I am, just like you will, right? After you go through a harsh breakup, and this is why it's kind of good that you go through these harsh breakups, because you become a much stronger man after the breakup, right? You become a much better man. And in many ways, your game goes to a higher level because you really start just almost out of anger pushing yourself, almost out of resentment. You just start going out there, you start living life again, you start embracing life again. And because you've regained your abundance and you remember who you are now and you're like, screw that bitch, right? You ever look back on an ex who really just left you down in the dumps? You spent months crying your ass off, and then finally one day you woke up and you're like, screw that bitch. I am over her. Done. I'm going out there. I can't wait to meet the next girl. She's going to be cooler than her, hotter than her, younger than her, and you're just back, right? You're back all of a sudden. What happens once you're back? Once you feel you're back, guess who comes calling? Like magic, like clockwork, right on the dot. It's hilarious, the timing of these girls, how they come back once you are finally over them. They won't come back anytime before that, right? When you're still crying, you're crying in your pillow. They ain't coming back. It's when you finally get over them and you're just done. I'm not going back to her. I'm moving on and I'm happy to do it. You might even met another girl and your abundance just comes right back and you feel like yourself again. You feel strong again. You're going to the gym again. You're eating clean again. You're back on your grind again. And you're just loving life again. That's the moment that bitch comes back, right? Tell me I'm wrong. This was actually documented in a movie that I watched years ago. You should watch this movie. It's Swingers, 1996. with Jon Favreau and a very young Vince Vaughn. Jon Favreau's girlfriend dumped him, and the entire movie he's just like missing her, and he can't move on with his life. He's constantly crying, and then finally at the very end of the movie he meets this very cute girl who was what's her name? I forget her name. This actress. She was cute back in the day. But he meets her, and then like clockwork, guess who comes calling? His ex. His ex. Right? These girls always do this. My ex did that from 2006. I told you guys this story. I was down in the dumps the entire 2006, summer of 2006. I was down in the dumps. And then finally, when summer was coming to a close in August, I want to say it was the second week of August, I was just over her. I was about to take a trip to LA to look for apartments because that's when I was plotting my move there. So I was like, hey, I just realized something. I remember telling my brother at the time, I was like, what? I said, I'm over her. I don't even miss her at all anymore. I'm like really excited to move on. I'm excited to move to LA. I can't wait. This is in a week. And then like clockwork that week as I'm packing, she comes back. And these chicks, it's funny. They come back as the same person they were before. The entire time they were getting ready to dump you and things started to go south in your relationship, she started acting like a complete stranger, didn't she? She started acting like somebody you don't even know. She's listening to different music. She's wearing different clothes. She's trying to learn a different language. I mean, she's just changing right in front of your eyes. And you're like, who is this person? Who is she? Right? She's reconnecting with all her old bitch girlfriends that used to hate on you, that you got rid of early on in your relationship. Those bitches are back and they're trying to help her move on from you. So yeah, when she's breaking up with you, she's like this stranger, right? She becomes this stranger. It's like you don't even recognize her anymore. And then after she dumps you, enough time passes, you finally reestablish your awesomeness again, that abundance that you had. You remind yourself of who you are. You're finally over her. Boom. The bitch comes back, right? And then she comes back as the same person she was in the beginning of your relationship. It's like, where you been? Where were you this whole time? Hey, I feel like I haven't seen you in years. Right? Even though you might have just broken up. It's like, what are you doing back as the same person? It's insane. It's almost like Return of the Body Snatchers or something, where she just came back as herself. I don't know. But the chick always comes back as herself. And this is where you guys fall into her trap, because you take her back. You take her back, and then she acts like things are normal for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. Usually it's about 2 weeks. And then slowly she starts to act out again. She starts to return back to those bad habits that she started displaying at the end of your relationship when she broke up with you. And then you start to see that stranger, that person you didn't know, start to re-enter her body, like Return of the Body Snatchers. And you're like, oh my gosh, here we go again. I'm losing her again. And then you sink back into scarcity. You sink into one-itis. You start worrying about losing her all over again. And now you're back to being a little bitch, aren't you? This is why I tell you guys, once it's done, it's done. Okay? Once it's done, you move on and you leave her out in the cold. When she comes back, she tries to come back to you, and they always do. Right? They always do. When that chick comes back to you, you give her the finger and be like, nope, I'm done. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't want you. You're tainted. Right? You're tainted. You jumped in bed with another guy. You're tainted. I don't want you. That's what you tell her. Right? And you cut it off. You move on with your life. You finally reestablish your abundance. Finally reestablish who you are. Do not let this chick come back in the door and kick you in the balls a second time. Right? Of course, there are probably mistakes you made in that relationship that led it to where she ended up doing that to you, right? So you have to take some responsibility there. But you know what? Accept that, forgive yourself, and go move forward. Take the lessons you learned in that relationship into the next relationship. Don't make the same mistake twice. Okay? Do not let history repeat itself. Okay? But under no circumstance do you go back with this girl. What have I told you guys? You cannot go backwards in a relationship. Once the girl cheats on you, it's done. it's done. Once a girl catches you cheating on her, it's done, right? It's done, because now you gave her a free pass. If you cheat on her, you just gave her a free pass to hook up behind your back with anybody she wants. Once you go there, it's done. And this is why, personally, like if I get into an LTR with anybody, I mean, yeah, that's got to be the standard. It's like, okay, it's just me and you, right? It's just me and you. Otherwise, don't do it. This is why the girls I'm dating now, when they've asked me for relationships, I've said no. I don't want that responsibility. And that has literally been my words to them. I don't want the responsibility of a relationship right now. It's not because I'm going to go out there and like try to bang a dozen girls or anything behind their back. Really, a lot of it boils down to my work. I'm on my grind. I'm busy. I don't have time to go to movies and dates and dinners like all week long like a normal boyfriend. And, usually when you're in a relationship with somebody, I mean, that person deserves that. I mean, if you're going to get into a monogamous relationship with somebody, you should have the free time to do those things, and I don't. You might be in the same position I am right now, where you're on your grind. You don't have the time, right? So this is why I tell girls that I meet, even though I like them, right? And I probably would have cut my right arm off to be with them, back in the day. Like maybe 10, 20 years ago, I'd been like, oh my gosh, I'm going to marry this girl. Nowadays, I'm just in abundance. I'm in abundance mostly, besides my grind, but the fact that I just go out so much, I'm constantly meeting new people, meeting new girls. I'm meeting high value dudes. I'm building my social circle even stronger, bigger, better. I just want to keep going out. And it's when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's usually just you and her. That's what I tell girls. I just don't want the responsibility of a relationship right now. You might need to tell girls that if you're not ready for one, right? Don't jump into a relationship because you want to peg this girl down selfishly and then go cheat on her behind her back, because you're just going to ruin it, right? Don't even go there. Just be honest. That's all I wanted to drive home in this coaching video, is the fact that girls will always leave you at your lowest point, and then they will always come back at your highest point. They will always just leave you when you have nothing left, and then once you regain your strength, regain your abundance, you regain who you were, you become that same guy that you were when she first met you, that's when she wants to come back. But you know what? It's too late, especially if she cheated. You gotta be like, nope, I'm done. And 99.9% of the time, these girls will never ever leave you unless there's already somebody who was lined up. So these girls are usually, the reason they're leaving you and they're done with you is because they're about to monkey branch to a new guy. And you better believe they already have that new guy in their life, right? They already have the new guy in their life. These girls will never leave until they meet that new guy. They will never start like stirring shit in your relationship until that new guy's already there, right? They might start to sabotage a relationship a little bit while they go out there and look for that guy. But once they find him, it's the end. It's just the end. And you can't take a girl like that back. I mean, even though you made your mistakes, that's just not the type of girl that you want to do anything with long term anyway, right? Definitely, you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who's going to be monkey branching like that. So that's what I'm saying. She leaves you at your worst and comes back at your best. And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Do not forget to smash that like button right now. Do it now. More importantly, guys, make sure that you hit that notification bell as well so that you're notified whenever I upload a brand new coaching video to my YouTube channel, but also whenever I go live. A lot of you guys have been like, hey, Em, I don't know when you go live. And then I found out the next day you were live and I missed the whole thing. This is why you gotta make sure you hit that notification bell as well for the 33 Secrets, so you are notified whenever I do a live stream. And I tend to do these live streams just on the fly, whenever I feel like it. Okay, those tend to be the best ones. And on those live streams, you can ask me questions. And I answer a lot of guys' questions for free. So you wanna make sure you hit that notification bell as well. That way you're notified whenever I do a live stream and whenever I upload a brand new coaching video here to my channel. Okay, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And for all of you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world are constantly and consistently cold approaching and cold closing every single day, every single week, and every single month all over the world. I kid you not. That is how powerful this skill is. Learning pickup, learning game. This is a skill that you can use not only to bring 8s, 9s, and 10s, beautiful women, very attractive women into your life, but it's a skill that you can use in every other aspect of your life. Whether you want to get into better shape, you can game yourself. Whether you want to get a better job, a better career, you could use these skills as well. I was able to get 6-figure corporate jobs with Fortune 100 companies. I beat out hundreds of candidates to get these jobs, all thanks to my pickup and game skills. I was able to build a very successful business using my pickup and game skills, doing what I love. And now here I am acquiring other businesses, negotiating with other entrepreneurs for their businesses and their e-commerce sites and websites, cash flowing sites, using my pickup and game skills. It's like a billion-dollar skill at this point. It's that powerful. Okay, so you can not only use it to gain the lifestyle that you want, beautiful cars, beautiful houses, beautiful women, but you could use it to just take yourself to another level. Okay, that's how powerful this stuff is. So right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me in 7 Months of Mastery. So take advantage of it. It's really easy to get signed up. All you need to do is click that link below. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. And like I said, it's the best way to support me in what I'm doing here. So if you want to support me, that's the best way to do it. Jump into 7 Months of Mastery. It's only $1. Click the link below. Take you over to my website and you can get signed up right now. It takes 2 seconds. So do that now and I will see you in my next coaching video. Signing out with the DeLorean. So many of you guys are like, hey, why are you always traveling? Shoot at home, shoot at home. So here I am shooting at home, but I'm about to travel in about a week, so I'll be gone for a month. So trying to shoot as many as at home as possible, so you guys stop asking me this question. Like, shoot more at home. Why are you always traveling? That's what you do when you live the life. You travel, you live it like a rock star.